Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John Sussman, your true nerd, and welcome to MachiaVillain, which has a fantastic title. I do like that pun, that's excellent. MachiaVillain is basically what happens if RimWorld and Don't Starve had a baby. It's, yeah, very much the gameplay of RimWorld, with a visual style that's very, very reminiscent of the lovely visual style of Don't Starve, so I hardly mind that at all. Now, there's been quite a few games that are a lot like RimWorld that have come out over the last few months. For the most part, I ignore them because they seem fairly derivative and they're not really bringing anything new to the table. But MachiaVillain sort of does, because the gimmick here that makes things a bit more interesting isn't that you're just trying to build a base and farming and defences and diddly-diddly-dee. Instead, you're building a haunted house and trying to lure in idiot teenagers in order to eat their brains. Now, that's a good twist. So, the first thing we need to do here is basically just pick our starting little crew of colonists. The first few people we're going to be working with are starting minions. However, they're all different types of monsters, so they can actually be very different from each other. So, for example, skeletons, yeah, they're pretty weak, but unlike just about everyone else, they can actually heal automatically by eating bones that we can get by killing people. So that's kind of useful, because other than that, restoring health is quite difficult to do. This guy's also good at some of the real basics, which is nice. Building floors, building walls, and good at chopping wood, together with bringing resource to storage. Yeah, he's good at the really basic day-to-day tasks. So, Chan, welcome aboard. Mummies, meanwhile, yeah, hard workers, got a lot more health, you can see there, but they're fast and don't need much food. Don't have any special attacks, however, which is a little bit unfortunate. And not terrible. I'm more interested in the psychopaths. So the psychopaths have plenty of health and also they need to eat a lot, but they're often good at very advanced stuff. So for example, yeah, this guy's good at cooking, he's good at researching, he's good at writing letters and dealing with print newspapers, which I know doesn't sound like it should be important, but it really actually kind of is. So you've got someone who's good at some advanced skills and someone who's good at some basic skills. What do we need? Blimey. 5 stars in bringing resources to storage. What a thing to absolutely specialise in above everything else. Let's go for this mummy. A bit of an all-rounder, but yeah, good at bringing resources to storage, good at gathering resources like mushrooms, good at cleaning up, because we need to clean up a little bit, because if there's too much blood from the last teenagers floating around, the new ones probably aren't going to want to come in. So cleaning up's actually kind of important. That will do the job lovely. So here we are inside this here map. Quite a big old map. We've just been started off with just a handful of starting resources, bit of money, couple of health potions, enough food for us to live for the moment, but not very long at all. Right, I think mummies are, yeah, mummies are pretty fast, so let's just basically send you over here, and send you guys over here. We need to start just, you know, figuring out where some basic resources are. A particularly important early game is going to be wood. Now, that's not actually wood, that's evil wood, which is kind of bad because it fights back, so gold is there. Gold will actually become important pretty quickly. This is looking like, yeah, actual trees floating around here. You guys just head in this direction. So we got plenty of wood in this part of the world. We just need a nice big empty space to just start doing the building. Oh, there's trees here as well. Okay. This will flip in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Guys. Okay, we've immediately upset spiders, which is marvellous. Spiders don't have much health, but they are doing a tiny bit of damage. And now we're just slowly kicking these spiders to death. Lovely. Right, watch out for spiders, they do sometimes show up, but on the plus side we have actually unveiled a fair bit of the map there. Good start. My mummy's lost a fair bit of health, lovely. Right, well, we now know roughly what we want to do, which is we've got a nice big empty bit of space right here. We got 10 bajillion trees over here and plenty more down here as well. We got gold, we got metal, and we have got, yeah, loads of rocks. So, this here, good starting point for our house. And yeah, pretty close to our starting resources, so that won't be a problem at all. So, first thing we need to do is basically assign people some jobs, because yeah, this is very like RimWorld in some ways. So, everybody starts off by being allowed to chop some wood, and you're also all allowed to build. Even if you're not necessarily that good at it, but you know what, that's fine. Everyone can do 4 jobs. That actually varies species to species. Zombies going to do 3 because they're like, you know, stupid and whatever. And we've also got to tell them which trees they're allowed to cut down. So for example, for the moment at least, I don't want them to be trying to cut down, not you. I want you to not chop down those evil trees. They will attack you back because they're evil. You need special access. Oh well, never mind. It's fine. Okay, you guys just start chopping that, and you know what? Chop down that one too. You'll take a bit more damage, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of evil wood, and also just get these guys out the way. So, they have now got jobs and they've actually been told to do something. So now they are going to start chopping down. But yes, unfortunately, the evil trees will actually fight back a little bit. Honestly, what we're doing now is more about just clearing out a nice spot for us to live in. Speaking of which, let's actually start working on that now we've actually got some wood down on the ground. So, obviously construction, and now we start doing some basic building. Remind me, who was the person who's good at basic building? It was you! It was the skeleton. Right, so, the skeleton as a job is allowed to build. I'll actually turn the other guys off that, just for the time being. So construction, room, basic walls, basic floors, basic doors, and then stuff pertaining to each different type of room that can exist. Can't have all of them yet, in fact can't have many of them yet, because of course you need to build a lab and actually do some research. Diddly diddly did. If you play a fair few of this type of game, this will all be kind of second nature to you. So let's just basically get down a starting basic thing. It's only 10 logs per wall, 10 logs per floor piece. So yeah, we're getting in wood very quickly, so not a problem yet. So, as we've actually just gone to all the trouble of cutting down that evil wood, let's have a nice front door. And let's also just have another little side door right here, because we're going to want more than one room when the time comes. So, yep, as a result, we've got ourselves this guy just bringing over. That evil tree's going to fight back a little bit. That's a shame. It's fun. He'll only be able to fight back a couple of times. They don't really hurt that much. You've got plenty of health for the time being. There we go. So we got a nice big empty amount of space right here. So as a result, everybody can now get on with building. And as a result of that, yeah, they will all now grab logs and carry them over there. One of the first things I'm going to need to do is, yeah, have myself a bit of storage so I can actually bring all this wood over here so it can be close by to where I'm actually planning to build the house. Because yes, indeed, right now I have a rank. This is my rank in the League of Villains. If I basically do what they say, survive a certain number of days and build a certain number of closed rooms, i.e. rooms that are walled in, either walls or doors, so just closed rooms, then they will level me up and they will give me, yeah, a new slot for more minions, and they will actually have more minions wanting to join me. I'll have more workers, and, you know, they'll just give me stuff as I level up. So that's kind of, you know, just helping you, telling you what you need to do at any given moment. And yeah, we're just having a little starting room here. Very, very nice indeed. And we've just got enough food to start us off for the moment. We've got about 10 days worth of food at the minute. So we're not in a desperate rush to get in new people to murder and eat yet, but we will definitely want to be doing it sooner rather than later. Okay, couple of days later and we've got some basics down here, including, most importantly, a material storage, which I'm just going to basically say everything is allowed into. So, obviously, what I would like to do is immediately gather a fair bit of wood in there. And actually, speaking of wood, we have come very close to exhausting our supplies. So, time to start laying things out a bit more carefully here. So I'm going to reassign one person to chop, one person to store the resources, and one person to get on with building. So what should happen at this point as a result of that is one person will start chopping down these trees. While they're chopping down all of these trees, one person will start actually carrying the wood over and putting it into a sensible spot over here. In fact, actually, that person is moving the evil wood over there. That's absolutely fine. That will be useful to be stored in there as well. And one person will keep on building. Because right now, everyone's having to make really stupidly long trips in order to get resources. So having some basic resources stored right here will be exactly the thing. In fact, actually, I don't want evil wood stored here at all, because the evil wood is not actually helping me that much. So instead, I'm just going to say, hey, go and pick up that wood and bring that back to the storage depot, and that will significantly speed up the building. Because the thing is, these idiots, what they do is they pick up the bare minimum they need to do one task, carry it slowly over there, build that one tile, and then immediately go and actually grab some more. So this guy is doing a much better job of actually storing a giant pile of wood. So now what I'm hoping is this guy will be smart enough to, yeah, now he's going to be able to build a lot more quickly, because one person is delivering, one person is gathering, and one person is actually chopping down. Now this is starting to work a little bit better. And one thing we most definitely need here is just a little office. I'm going to build a little office here. Someone will get on with that. Occasionally they just fall asleep for a while. They just fall asleep, it's fine. I'm also going to build a bit more storage. Storage for food and storage for money. Because right now we've just got this stuff just lying in the middle of the road, which isn't exactly very helpful. Doesn't matter because it's not spoiling, because this is the sort of food that doesn't spoil because it's smoked and whatever. And bones are just bones, you know. So yeah, that will be absolutely fine. And hopefully as soon as they're done with the floor, they'll all turn their attention to building more storage. And then the person who's allowed to gather will then start gathering all of this, and life will be good. And I've just been promoted by the League of Villains for having some rooms. Good. So I'm up to the next rank. Very, very nice indeed. And as a result, I believe I do actually get myself a bit of a reward at some point. Now, to get up to level 3, I need to actually get myself... I need to kill a victim. I need to build 3 closed rooms, of which apparently I have 2 out of 3 right now. It's about to be 3, in fact. Survive 4 days. Fine. So I need to actually kill a victim. Gotcha. And now people are building some very important things. Food storage. An extra door on the side of the house so we can actually figure out what the hell's going on. And a writing desk. Because yes, we do indeed need to write to the teenagers to let them know they ought to be like, you know, coming to this house that's totally, totally legit and not a problem in diddly diddly dee. Now, the Home Office is now done. Who was good at writing, by the way? Let's just quickly check this. I think it was the... Yes, indeed, it was the Psychopath. So the Psychopath now wants to be getting on with producing some letters. But before he does that, however, I need to actually set how many letters he ought to be building. So to write a letter, an invitation, he's going to need half an hour, he's going to need 5 wood, and he's going to need a little bit of gold. So let's just actually have him build, like, plenty of them. Yeah, just write 50 of them. We're going to be needing a lot as time goes by. So that's fine. He can just quietly get on with that in a moment. But in all fairness, yeah, he's going to need the gold. If he wants to have the gold, then it would be ideally the case that the gold would actually be, you know, stored in the gold thing. So if you guys just want to get on with just stashing a few bits and pieces, yeah, would you like to stash and you like to stash? Yeah, everyone just stash. Store resources. So hopefully what they'll figure out is, yeah, they're going over there to grab up this here wood. And as soon as they've got this here wood, they'll go and take it over there, probably. And then hopefully, yes, this guy decided to just screw it, just abandon that wood there. They're going to go and pick up food. And this person will presumably grab, yep, there we go. So the food and whatever is now being taken over. Why did you go over there to get that wood for writing? There is wood waiting for you right flipping here, you idiots. There we go. He is now grabbing... Yeah, he grabs the wood, he grabs the gold, and now he is producing letters nice and fast. So now we need to actually set up an ad campaign. So let's just actually start off with a nice simple one here. Let's just lure in 2 basic victims, which will get us some basic loot, but it'll get us bones, blood, which would be useful to fight vampires. I don't know vampires. Some meat, some brains, a tiny bit of money, and possible loot of 400 gold if, for example, I kill absolutely all of them. So that's nice and simple. 2 basic victims. So select that ad campaign right now, and as soon as I actually have 5 envelopes ready to go, then he will actually, hopefully, take those out to the... Where's the mailbox? There's a mailbox somewhere around here anyway. So he's got all of that. Lovely. And now he's hopping on his bicycle to go and deliver those to make sure that all works as it should do. Excellent. So I don't know where he's... There it is. There's the mailbox. I think the mailbox just like dynamically moves to be close by to your house. Now, in the meantime, we need to start thinking about what else we actually need to keep this place going. So we've got ourselves, yeah, plenty of wood and plenty of evil wood for the time being. We're going to need some more stuff as time goes by. Like, for example, metal and stone. Now, who's good at mining? Okay, no one's actually good at mining. So, okay, good luck, Mr. Skeleton. This one's up to you. Because I would like some rock and some metal. So if you guys just want to get on with that, what should now happen is you will wake up in a second and realise there's some mining to be done over there. Anytime you're ready. There we go. Now he's figured it out. So he'll just go over there and get on with doing a bit of mining. And as he does more mining, he'll get... Okay, then he gets distracted and goes and has a bit of breakfast instead. I think he just got hungry and decided to go and have some food. Ah yes, and I forgot to actually claim my reward for leveling up, which is a brand new minion to help me out. Now, by any chance, would any of you like to be good at mining? No, none of you would like to be good at mining. Well, of course you wouldn't. What are you good at? Cleaning up and refilling, not so great. Check all of these guys, by the way. Skeletons are pretty good. Loads +5. You don't eat much food. Okay, that's pretty good. And you're good at gathering, and you're good at... Actually, you're good at making furniture. Welcome aboard, Lindsay. So I've now actually got myself a 4th person. Lovely. So our first victims are about to arrive. So you two guys, what I want you two to do, Lindsay and Lenny, is basically, you're going to be the ones that need to go and kill the victims. I'm going to put them into fighty mode. Stop all minion activity, and instead, get ready for violence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them into the office. Because the stupid teenagers, when they arrive, are going to come through the front door. right here. Meanwhile, these two guys can just basically get on with mining. That will be 100% fine. Now, bear in mind, there's fog of war, so we don't know exactly where they are right now, but we should hopefully... Oh! Okay, they came from this direction. Thankfully, they didn't see the skeletons, who are my undead thralls and just handling mining duties. That's good, because the reason I've laid out this house is because we wait for them to be inside the house, then we ambush them. Ah, you see. So he's a bit scared, because it's dark. They get too scared, they run away. So you might want to lure them inside by setting up the house nicely. So now, you guys just basically get in here. Now they're very scared because they've just seen a minion, and now I can basically tell these guys to just go and attack these bastards. So you attack you, and you attack you. So now we have got ourselves attacking going on. Obviously, we'll easily slaughter these guys, but they might theoretically make a run for it. And yeah, they'll go down pretty quickly. They're just two basic laddies. They're going for a fight, and we will kill them. And in a moment, boom and boom. Now, because they were killed inside the mansion, that was less suspicious than if they were killed outside the mansion. Also, why are you guys mining? Why did I even tell you guys to mine over here? And why are you guys running over in this direction? Oh, you want food. That's fine. So, they've dropped themselves some corpses and some heads and some money and all sorts of other useful stuff. So what we probably want to do now is clean that up together with actually, like, you know, cooking them into something productive. So for that, we're going to be needing ourselves a kitchen. And now things are going to get complicated because 10 million things need to be done at once. So let's get a butcher's table down together with starting to slowly expand the place. So I need someone to be building, I need someone to be getting on with a little bit of mining, I need someone to be gathering what's all around here, I need someone to be cleaning. So let's actually assign all of that. And here we go. Reaver, having been assigned to maintenance, is diving straight in to mopping up the blood. Because otherwise the next humans will get very, very angry. You're jumping straight into doing some building, and a little bit more mining is going on down here. And Reaver is also jumping into action, gathering up all of that. And yes, the only thing left in here now is victim's dead body. So we do ideally need to get on with cooking these actual victims, otherwise they're actually going to spoil. So I've got 10 hours until that happens. So in which case, anyone who's currently idle, which you... It's not saying you... Oh, it's because hang on, I forgot to actually put you back into... There you go. How about you help out with the building and also gathering if any needs to be done? Apparently gathering does need to be done. Where are you running off to? You're just running off to... I think you're just running off to gather together stone that's already been mined down here. And where are you going? Where... Why are you going over there? Why would you... Apparently there's a bone there, and you desperately want a bone. Which I suppose is fair enough, because you are a skeleton, so fair play. Mild upset on the plan, everyone just basically fell asleep on the ground before actually bothering to build the butcher's table. So, that's fine. We will be ready to eat the next people that show up. Still, we've now got a nice big living area, and this is going to be the living area for my monsters. It's going to be a big open plan kitchen, living, bedroom and bathroom if that's required living area, which doesn't sound great, but they're monsters. One of them's like a skeleton, it'll be fine. So, we need to build some stuff down here. In particular, yeah, we need a nice kitchen. It's going to be a lovely kitchen. So we're going to have a butcher's table right down there. Lovely. And then possibly, yeah, I could create a separate room around here. And then this could be a great big bedroom. So I just need, like, you know, 4 beds. That's only 60 wood to go. I've got, actually, guys, I need someone to be getting on with gathering a bit more on the old wood front. Because we're a little bit low on the old wood. So, this seems like a good time to actually divide up some jobs. So I need 1 person building, 1 person chopping, 1 person mining, and 1 person gathering. So this all works perfectly. And everybody immediately starts spreading out. Also, by the way, why is there just gold, like, chilling out by the front door? And why are you carrying it away from where the gold is actually... Uh-oh, I've been summoned. Oh, Cthulhu, is he happy with me? You killed your first victim, your contract of evilness is ready. Ah! Good, lovely. Cthulhu is fine with me, that's okay. So now I can start getting Ivilium for killing people. However, I need to obey certain rules for more Ivilium, which lets me do big upgrades. So yeah, I need to kill all the victims. I need to make sure that the victims die when they're alone, so not just kind of swarm them in a big group. Ideally separate them one by one and then pick them off. The villain should kill the virgin last. Victims should be killed at night. Do not kill the dog, seriously, never. Fine. So do all of that, and that will actually help me get more points of Ivilium, which lets me upgrade my crypt. Increase the level of your crypt and unlock a new type of monster you'll be able to hire. Ooh. Actually, speaking of which, does that mean I can actually... I do actually have a free slot right now. Can I actually... Job offer... Okay, right. In order to actually get new minions in, I'm going to actually have to earn and then spend Ivilium. Gotcha. Now, while we're waiting for resources to come in, my psychopath builder could get on with a few useful bits and pieces. So, for example, candles right here, they require a small amount of metal, which I do have a fair bit of at this exact moment in time. And they actually create light, so people get less scared, but they're also sinister light. So as a result, minion productivity goes up and evilness goes up. And people like working, at least, well, monsters like working in an evil environment. So that's just going to be flipping useful. But while we're just waiting for the resources to show up, let's just quickly get ourselves... yeah, this here can be a separate bedroom down south. And then this will all be absolutely flipping lovely. So he's just going to get on with that. There's... prestige just went up for whatever reason. I'm not quite sure why. He builds that, grabs himself, drags some wood back over there for no well-explained reason, and then hopefully then gets a different log. He wanted a different log for whatever reason. And this guy's, oh, this guy's so good at gathering. I assume the amount of gathering starts is how much you can carry. So this person is very good at all of that business. And the mining down here is going very well as well. We've got ourselves giant piles of metal. Very, very useful indeed. Do we have giant piles of metal here right now? Logs of wood. Not many, but more coming in momentarily. There we go. 227. Metal 50. Good, 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 good. Let's get ourselves some... let's get some beds down. We can just basically have everyone getting on with it at the same time. That requires 60. So how about, yeah, we have ourselves a bed, and then we have ourselves another bed, and then another bed over. Okay, and two people need to, like, make friends. They're going to have to be close by to each other. And that is it. We've got ourselves... actually, you know what? We'll have a spare as well. There we go. This is the one people want. They kind of, you know, everyone wants dibsies on this one, because that's a good bed. Maybe he gets it, because he was the one that literally, like, you know, built the beds and whatever. So we've got plenty of wood being brought in right now. There's plenty of mining going on, and this guy has just... ooh, he's getting better at mining because he's done some mining. Lovely. Right, and with the beds completed, that should mean that you, my good man, now jump into action producing letters. Now let's get ourselves slightly more people coming in here. These are just basic victims to produce some stuff. But yeah, if you go for more advanced campaigns that cost more letters to summon, then they can actually produce different things. So yeah, a geek can drop a circuit board. Dentists carry money for some reason. It's all very confusing. And then we get into jocks later. Less brains, more meat. Let's just go for, yeah, let's just get in 3 basic victims today. So that's going to be our ad campaign. But I'm going to actually need to have a few more letters. He's getting on with that right now. Deliver the letters out here. And then cycle them over there. He grabs the money. He grabs the wood, and I don't know why he needs to go and grab, like, why can't you just, like, you know, bring all the money and all the wood? You know what? This is a fairly efficient setup. And now there are actually dedicated beds for everybody. So there's a bedroom. Everyone can just chill out there. That's just flipping lovely. Soon we'll have all the letters we need. As soon as he's got the 10 letters, he'll go and deliver those. We are lacking in food right now, so this is kind of important, actually. Yes. And actually, as we are going to potentially, yeah, be doing some eating here, let's potentially shove down a table. And on top of that table, we can also have ourselves, we can have a chair. That's like that, and we can have a chair like that. And now, when people eat, they've actually got somewhere to eat, because we're kind of almost out of food. So, okay, he at this point is now... love little animations. The game is just gorgeous. So, we've got ourselves an order in for some more idiot teenagers. In about 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. Guys, do you guys all want to, like, wake up and whatever? Because we've got stuff to do. Everyone wants to eat. Well, You can eat after we've... Oh, some of them are starting to get angry. Reaver, what's your problem? Why are you angry? You're hungry, and there is a very low average evilness seen in your environments. Well, that's absolutely fine. We're going to make that better soon by actually setting up all of the lamps. And you can go and eat in a moment and everything will be okay. So, presumably after you've had a bone, you're going to feel a lot better. And, yeah, there we are. Feeling a lot better now you've actually eaten. So, you guys, does anyone want to wake up? Like, now? Because, like, if anyone wants to wake up, like, right now, that'd be really, really bloody convenient. Because, like, literally people are... No, okay. Everybody now wants to be into attack mode, please. Lovely. And I want everyone, to all of you, gather in here. Prepare for an attack. 3 people incoming. Now, we cleaned up the blood, and there's no one outside. They're just waiting here, waiting to jump on the newcomers. Just wait for them to arrive, and then swarm them. They're all scared, and they go into the room, and in we go. And attack. Now, bear in mind, no one's that good at fighting yet, because, of course, right at this exact moment in time, they haven't unlocked any of their special attacks, they're only level 1, so they are going to take a little bit of damage, including if they're fighting babies rather weirdly, but it's all fine, I'm sure. So, everyone just gets in there, starts punching these little guys. There will be some damage taken in return, but I'm hoping some of these guys will... Excuse me, do you feel like getting involved, please? There we go, get involved, and Lenny has actually managed to level up. Good. So, as a result of that fighting, everyone is now better than they were. And, even better, we've now actually got ourselves the ability to clean, to cook, to gather. Everything's going to be okay. If this all works like I think it's going to, as a result, you're going to go and get on with your mining. This guy is going to take this corpse over towards the butcher table, and then he is going to butcher all of that together. As soon as you're done eating, by the way, I'd also like you to clean. The person who's gathering right now, their job should also involve maintenance, which I know you're not best at, but sorry, you just have to get on with it. So, one person should be gathering and also maintaining. So you've just grabbed the little girl's head, that's absolutely fine, and you're going to store that in the food area, fine. So raw food in the form of corpses is still considered food. Now you're going to clean up, though you're not very good at it, so you're very slow, and he is going to jump straight into chefing mode. And as a result of that, there's now fresh meat, fresh bones, fresh brains. He's also just going to quickly chef her up. Lovely. And as soon as he's done with the cleaning there, I'm assuming this person will actually come and gather and move them over to the food. So now I've actually got a fair bit more food, at least a little bit more food, enough food to survive for the time being. Now let's see what just happened to you bastards. Throw bones. So this guy can now actually throw a bone as a special ability if that's what he wants to do. And as for my psychopath, this is probably a bit more interesting. So there's 2 things he can do rather than just straight up attacking. He can basically do steal a weapon, so removing equipment of a type weapon from your target. Not really an issue for us yet, but could be very useful under the right circumstances. And an ear bite, so can cause bleeding damage of 1 per second for 30 seconds. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Get on with some ear biting, lovely. Are you done with the butcher at this point? Not quite yet. You're almost done with that, but we should have, yeah, plenty of meat coming in. We're now up to 4 days worth of food. So this is now actually starting to... No, whatever I just told you to do, don't actually do that. Sorry, that was a misclick. And this guy is actually starting to mine some gold. Mined gold is gold nuggets, not actual gold pieces. It can be refined to gold pieces later, but gold nuggets is what we actually need for a few other bits and pieces. In particular, one thing I do absolutely want is... Hang on, where's what I'm looking for? Here it is, the watchtower. Watchtower requires gold nuggets, but it basically lets me remove the fog of war. So I can keep an eye on where the actual victims are, even if I don't actually have direct line of sight of them. Ah, and the thing about the Virgin, I don't know which of the people is the Virgin. One of them, of any given group, is the Virgin, but I don't know which is which. Now, admittedly, several of the groups that arrived so far have included babies, so one would reasonably hope I could actually intuit which ones were the Virgins. And we have actually got light starting to be set up here as well. Lovely. We have got gold nuggets coming in. Soon we'll have gold nuggets. Soon we will have light. Everything looking good. A lamp here. actually presumably generates, yeah, that does indeed generate some actual light. These things are apparently really cheap to set up, so I might actually just build a lamp in all of these rooms, just for the sake of increasing productivity. We're also going to be needing some new trees pretty soon for my extension that's going to be used for new storage and also any other general purpose stuff I need. So, get some more wood chopped down over here, lads. Who's going to be the right person for that? You're actually sending out for some more teenagers right now. That works for me. Probably one person less build. But instead, Lenny, you just go and choppy chop. Meanwhile, whoever's actually doing the home office can also be working on gathering simultaneously. And you are hopefully nearly done on... Not really so much nearly done on that. We are sitting on quite a bit of metal we don't really need right now, and also quite a bit of rock, but we'll probably be needing more of that as time goes by, so it's probably not the worst thing in the world. I've also put my first eye tree down here using, I think, gold nuggets and some evil wood. So now I can actually see the front door, so I can see when the idiot teenagers are about to arrive. And once again, the teenagers are arriving just as the monsters are all asleep. You're all terrible at your jobs. But that's fine, I will let you sleep in as long as I can. And then after that point, probably you guys need to... How are you guys doing, by the way? Have you got plenty of sleep for the time being? Not so much, unfortunately. Right, well, I'll see when they're about to arrive, and then I'll wake everyone up by putting them into combat mode. So everyone's coming in here, and they'll go in here, and it will be lit, so they'll all be fine. So all of you, basically, yeah, everybody... into combat mode, please, which I assume means you'll wake up immediately. Right, everyone now gather in this room. They're not scared yet, or rather they're scared over there because they've just walked into darkness. No. Right, now they're a bit on the scared side. That's fine, because now I can do a nice ear bite on one of them. Lovely. There we go. That was another ear bite right there. You guys not attacking? Why are you guys just... Okay, if there's people alive nearby to you, just attack. Like, that's a good way of doing things. There we go. And now all of you just attack them. Lovely. Is everybody dead at this point? Victims killed inside the mansion. I think you're... Are you a corpse? Cut. Yes, those are all corpses. Good. So we've got ourselves some corpses. And my suspicion is slowly trending up as well. So, you know... Eventually, someone's going to be curious about why people keep coming to this house and then dying. Right, everyone back to your day-to-day jobs, so just quickly shop it around. You are now going to be getting on with back in the kitchen. We've probably got enough wood for the time being. One person mop up and also handle that. You guys, do we actually, yeah, you guys just get on with building. That's absolutely fine. So everyone just gets back to the day jobs. We mop up the blood. You actually bring some people, yeah, you have a quick bite to eat, fair enough. And you bring some people through to here, start chopping, and then you, after you're done with the actual mopping, start actually bringing some people through to the storage facility. Also, okay, seriously, this is actually going to go rotten in like 2 hours. Fresh meat, smoked meat. That's meat that's already been butchered. It's just no one's actually eaten it, so it will go rancid over time. Right. We need some form of fridge or something, otherwise we're just basically producing food that repeatedly goes bad, and that is not helpful. We do actually have research. Someone should probably be getting on with some research. Who's good at research? It is, it's you. Right, so you need to be writing, if you're not, but you can't store. Right, you be writing the letters. You store the resources, but you can't store the resources. You store at the same time as building. I could really do with an extra person, to be honest. You, by the way, should be getting on with the research. That's what I need to do. The research bench, I need to, yeah, actually set someone to do it. I need to actually set an amount of research that needs to be made before he actually does it. Well, let's not worry about that for now. Let's instead set up a fun little plan I've got here. I actually want to, no, cancel this. I want to instead just lure in 2 basic victims. Because I think I can actually do something rather fun with them. I should hopefully have enough. Hang on, how many letters do I have? I've already got 10, so that should be fine. I'm just going to be building something a little bit fun here. I'm going to actually build a rotating wall. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to build a rotating wall that has a guaranteed chance of attracting one person. But if I only have 2 people in, then I can actually follow the rules. Kill them all, kill them when they're alone. Kill the version last, not sure if I'll be able to do that. Well, it's a 50-50 shot. Kill them at night, do not kill the dog ever. Here's the plan. What we're going to do is we're going to wait for the victims to come in here. 2 victims are arriving. One of them will be flipped round into this room. The moment they are flipped round into this room, we will at that point swarm them. Though actually, 2 of you, no, just 2 of you, head down over here and be ready. So they're going to come in here. They're not scared. Aha! And now, I don't know which one of you is the virgin. I've absolutely no way of knowing that. So you guys, get in over here and attack you. You may as well use your special bite attack. See if you can put some bleed damage. The path's not blocked. Just get in there. There's a door! I built you a... Why is that? Why would the path be blocked? The path's not blocked. The path should not be blocked. I don't... Okay, well... We'll kill you first, and then we'll just kind of work on what we do after that point. So, suspicion's gone up a little bit. Bring this to storage. This is a... Is that like a plan for a door, but not a door yet or something? Okay. Bloody hell. Okay, everyone go back to your normal jobs. See if you need to actually do some, like, building of this door or something. Because I'm not sure what the bloody hell's going on here. This is a basic door. What do you mean Why can't I walk through a door? Can't go there, the path is blocked. No, the path is definitely not blocked. Fine, I guess we'll disassemble that door in order to just deal with... Okay, this room has no wall. It's got quite a few walls, actually. Something's gone horribly wrong here. How about now? Now can you... Okay, now you can path into this room. Right, well, just bite her in the ear. And down she goes. Now, by any chance, was I actually lucky enough to have... Yep, I killed them when they were alone. Plus 50 Ivilium. So I've just picked up some... Oh, I just picked up a ton of Ivilium. Still, this is good, because now, with that Ivilium, in the crypt, I can actually go and get myself a new person. Though, admittedly, it's going to be a low-quality person. But I could do with another person, so publish the job offer with that Ivilium. That's going to take 24 hours, then we get someone new. Right, everyone back to your normal jobs now, then. Apart from you. You now work on cooking. So, work on that. That's absolutely lovely. And work on cleaning as well. If you be... Yep, there we go. Mopping up, cleaning, etc, etc. This is all lovely. Are you just going back to mining over here? Is there more mining you need to do? Right, I think there's like one more spot you're supposed to mine. I'm so sorry about your job. You have a bad lot in life. And we have the start of something decent here. Because we've got ourselves, yeah, we've cleared out all of this. We've started to get research in. With the first few research points, yeah, I've got my first research point there, which is 10 of them. I can have a demonic axe. A demonic axe would let me cut down all these evil trees without taking any damage. And that would actually allow me to massively expand the mansion. And yeah, you can kind of see how it all fits together. Because we've also got, I haven't even touched the workshop yet. There's a lot here. There's a lot here, though part of the reason it feels like there's a lot here is because sometimes progress is quite on the slow side. I think it might benefit from being slightly rebalanced to be, yeah, a bit faster in terms of its progress. We haven't really got to workshop, but that would let us produce, like, you know, steel plates, cogs or whatever. That would let us produce some advanced traps, like, you know, something that would specifically attract the virgin so we can make sure we put them on one side and only kill them last. And pushing walls, sawmills, spiderweb walls, spike floors, conveyor belts if you want to start automating the flipping mansion, all of that good stuff. In 24 hours as well, we should be getting our 5th actual minion in. So just keep doing what the game is telling you if you actually want to level up. Because, yeah, you actually need 30 victims for the next level. That would actually get me loads of money and yet another slot. So that's fine. Then just keep gathering Ivilium to gather some more people. Why are you guys always flipping going to sleep at the exact moment the victims are coming? I think there's potentially a really, really good game under here. And it's charming and it looks lovely. I like the way it looks. I like plenty the way it plays. I just think it suffers a little bit at the moment because it still needs a bit of balancing. It's a tiny bit on the unintuitive side. It's a tiny bit on the slow side. But I had a nice time with it, and if you're into things like RimWorld, I think you'd have a nice time with this as well. So, take that as a recommendation conditionally. I think for the right person, this game could be absolutely wonderful. But I think for the casual player who's not into this sort of thing, maybe let it go through a bit more work first. I think it needs a little bit of patching. This, if I remember correctly, actually just launched directly. It didn't go through a phase of early access. Now, sounds like it should be good, but actually kind of I feel like it could have benefited from being in early access for a bit, from having some feedback before it launched in full. So yeah, an interesting little one, but I can't deny I have had a pleasant time with it, so take that as you will. Maybe we'll see it again in future. It could be a good live stream candidate, because just sitting down with it for a few hours and trying to build something really cool and interesting is probably the best way to play this. And likely you'll probably have a much better time after you've like slogged through the first 10 hours or so, because once you've got a decent amount of production coming in, once you've got the advanced components, once you've got some research coming in, once you can build elaborate death traps, I imagine the game will get a lot better, but it does require some upfront investment. Keep that in mind. Maybe we'll see it again, I don't know. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been MachiaVillain. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've created a small problem in my road system, which is it's literally impossible for anyone to ever go back into town. And this building shall be where we produce our zebras. And this much taller building next door is naturally where we produce the giraffes. Does anyone remember how the road system went? I think it was something like this.